It's just a dryer sheet. Don't worry. One time on a retreat, I had my sweatshirt on and I was like, what is in my coat? And I pulled out my entire like tank top. I just like had it around my, I was like, oh my God. Hard to get dressed sometimes, you know? All right, friends, welcome. Thank you so much for making it out on this rainy morning. Quick announcements. I have my embodiment class this Saturday, so 7 to 9 p.m. in this space. It is my favorite class, my favorite offering that I teach, because it's my 3 favorite somatic modalities kind of wrapped up into one. So it's yoga and movement in the beginning for about 45 minutes, and then breath work for about 45 minutes. And if you've not done my breath work classes before, it's just one type of breath work stemming from the holotropic lineage. And you do the same breath the entire time. And it is ultimately intended to drop you into your body, your felt senses, put you into a non-ordinary state of consciousness where you can really process suppressed emotions and let them move through and let them express. So there's about 45 minutes of breathing, and then at the end, about 20 to 30 minutes of sound. So, and I think at the end of like moving, breathing, and then you're just laying there feeling the sound, that's like the best time ever to have a sound bath, because your body already feels like it's like vibrating, and yeah, it's good stuff. So if you're around this Saturday, I'd love to have you. It's $30 per person. And then I also have my Sundance retreat first weekend in December. It's just a Friday to a Sunday, so you could easily get off of work on Friday, zoom down, be back for the following week. There's a couple spots left in the bunk room, and there are a couple rooms left, which could be either single or double occupancy. So if you're interested, there's flyers out on the desk, and it's all on my website. Okay. Any questions before we begin? Oh, Kirsten, tell your thing that's this Sunday. So, yeah, this Sunday, 12 to 2, I'm going to go to it. And I'm going to take my teacher trainers to it. So there'll be at least like 10 of us. Okie doke. Let's do it. So go ahead, lay down. We'll start on our back today. So lay down on your back. And it might feel really good as you lay down to stretch your arms and your legs long. Might feel good to hug your knees in. So any sort of movement, wiggles. And then eventually come into what's called constructive rest pose. So feet on the ground with your knees bent and your feet nice and wide, so like mat width distance apart. And let your knees fall in towards each other. And if they touch, that's wonderful. If they don't touch, that's fine too. Invitation to bring one hand to your heart space and one hand to your low belly. Invitation to close your eyes. And we'll begin today with what's called Viloma breathing. So it's a pranayama exercise, and we're going to take a big, huge inhale, hold at the top, and then excuse me, and then we'll let it out in 3 parts. So 1/3 and then pause, the next third and then pause, and then all the way to empty. We'll do that 3 times through. So wherever you're at in your breath, just exhale all the way to emptiness. And slowly fill up as big as you can. Every little space expands, inflates, hold in that fullness. And then just 1/3, exhale, pause. Another third, exhale, pause. And then all the way down, find emptiness, hold in emptiness, maybe find Mula Bandha, your root lock. And when you need to, fill up again, inhale. As big as you can get, hold in fullness, let that breath circulate around inside for a moment, feel it. And then just 1/3, let it out. Pause. And another third. Pause. Now, final third, all the way to emptiness. Find empty, Mula Bandha root lock, like you're doing a little Kegel. Hold there for a moment, and then when you need it, take your next inhale. Last one like this. So great big inhale, hold. See if you can soften a little bit around your held breath. 1/3, release, pause. Next third, release, pause. Final third, all the way to emptiness. Hold in emptiness, Mula Bandha. And when you need it, great big huge inhale. And this time, just a big huge sigh of relief out your mouth. Ah. Good. Seal your lips now. And begin to drop into what we call Ujjayi breath. So many of you are familiar with Ujjayi breath. You can probably just switch it on like a light switch. But some of you, it may be new or maybe it hasn't quite clicked yet. So no big deal. See if you can get curious about it. So Ujjayi is in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. So the inhale is almost like you're taking a really, really deep, slow motion gasp. The exhale is like you're fogging up a window with your lips sealed over the breath. So you're constricting the muscles in the back of your throat that you constrict when you whisper or when you hum. So it's almost like a humming on the inside, humming without using your actual voice. So be here for a moment. Just connect to your own internal rhythm, the rhythm of your breath, slow, steady, spacious. Try not to rush your breath. Stay soft through your face. Try not to clench through your jaw. Stay loose through your forehead and your eyebrows. You can stay right here as long as you want to. If this is where you want to stay half the class or even the entire class, I truly do not care. So please give yourself full permission to do whatever you need to do for yourself to take care of your body today. If you are ready to start moving, go ahead and just tee out your arms or cactus your arms against the ground. And your feet should already be nice and wide. Just take some windshield wipers side to side with your knees. So you want your feet nice and wide so there's lots of space in your low back. And as your knees go side to side, see if you can feel into your low back, into your hips. Invitation to go slower than you want to go and see if you can feel more than you typically feel. So think about driving your car 100 miles an hour down the road. If you look out the window, you can hardly notice anything. You can't see any details. But if you drive 5 miles an hour, you can see everything. You can pick out every little detail. Same thing with your movement. Make it slower, notice so much more. Finish the round you're on, or if you want, take 1 or 2 more. And then come back to center and hug your knees in towards your belly. Just give yourself a nice little rock from side to side. After a few rocks, extend your legs up towards the ceiling, like you're trying to plant your feet on the ceiling. And if your arms are not already teed out to both sides or cactus, goalpost against the ground, then bring your arms to that position. If you want to, you can bring a block in between your inner thighs. You do not need one. If you don't have one, just squeeze your legs together. Activate your feet. Take a big inhale here. And then as you exhale, slowly move your legs to the right, but don't let them touch the ground. And if this feels like too much, bend your knees as much as needed. Hold and hover your legs above the ground as you breathe in. Try to squeeze your legs together and try not to let your left shoulder lift. Exhale, brace your core and slowly bring your legs back up. Find neutral spine, take an inhale, make any adjustments, maybe activate your toes a little more and exhale over to your left like you're moving through honey. So straight over towards the windows, hover and hold here. Don't let your legs touch the ground. Don't let your right shoulder lift up as you take your big inhale. And then with your exhale, like there's a brace around your middle, slowly come back up, neutral spine. One more time each way. Inhale, neutral spine, and exhale to your right side. Bend your knees if you need to. Bend one knee if it's helpful. Hover and hold. Try not to let your left shoulder lift. Breathe in. Good, everyone. And as you exhale, slow motion back to center. Give yourself an inhale, center. Active feet. Exhale over to your left. One more time. You'll feel that twist that comes from your middle. Big, spacious inhalation as you hold and squeeze. Exhale, come back to your neutral spine. Hold with your legs extended straight up. So if your knees are bent, see if you can extend a little bit more. Now reach your arms straight up as well. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, lift your upper body. Try to touch your toes with your fingertips. Draw your low belly down. Now see if you can lift your toes up higher. So tuck your tailbone and lift your feet even higher. Now reach your upper body even higher. Pull your low belly down. Soften your face. Take one more huge breath. Feel your strong core. And let it go. Bring your feet together. Open your knees out wide. Supta Baddha Konasana. If this hurts your low back, try scooting your feet a little further away from your upper body and see if it feels better. You can choose to stay here and just relax for a moment, or tee out your arms again. Press the soles of your feet together and lift your butt up off the ground. Squeeze through your outer glutes and imagine somebody is pressing your knees towards the ground and you're pressing against them, lifting your hips up even higher. Squeeze through your outer glutes, press down through the back of your head, press down through the outer edges of your feet. Hold here, breathe here, lift a little higher for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, let it go. Bring your knees up and gently draw your knees in. Take your little rock from side to side. And you are more than welcome to find your own way up onto your hands and your knees. But invitation, if you want, to rock forward and back along your spine a few times. So if you're coming with me, take a few rocks, a few rolls. Maybe you even find a moment of hover time on your upper back or your sit bones. Eventually, rock up, cross your ankles, and just roll over your feet. So you'll come onto hands and knees, tabletop position. You can crawl back if you need to, get nice and centered on your mat. Once you're on hands and knees, intuitive movement is the name of the game. So no prescribed movement, no right or wrong. Just move however your body wants to move. And it does not have to be a yoga pose. It can just be exploratory movement. So it doesn't have to make sense. It can look really weird. It can look really ugly. Let go of how it looks on the outside and just feel, what does it feel like on the inside? Can you find your shoulder blades on your back body? Can you find more connection to your elbows and your wrists and even your fingers, your fingertips? So if you tune in, there's about 1 million things you could notice just inside your own inner space. Give yourself about 3, 4, 5 more rounds exploring in this way. And then eventually downward facing dog is where we will end up. So you can start your own transition back to down dog whenever you are ready. Good job, everybody. And once you're back in your dog pose, keep it up, keep feeling around, maybe pedal out your heels, give your hips a shift from side to side, or your head a little shake, yes or no. So see if you can find the length from your fingertips all the way up to your sit bones. I like to imagine there's an invisible rope attached to my belly button, and it's pulling up, it's tugging towards the top corner of the back wall. Very nice, you guys. Beautiful poses. See if you can feel your big, spacious ujjayi breath flowing through. Powerful, vibrant. Take one more inhale into your down dog. And as you exhale, look to the top of your mat, and however you like to get there, forward fold. Once you arrive in your fold, hang out for a moment. So you might widen your stance for this first one, might feel good in your hips and your pelvis. Keep all of your toes facing forward. You can have a little or a big bend in your knees. Invitation to take a ragdoll pose if you'd like. Grab opposite elbows and just kind of bob or sway or bounce. Imagine again that invisible rope attached to your belly button. It's pulling straight up towards the ceiling, up towards the sky. So you should be able to relax your neck, let your head be heavy, and just like a rag doll, imagine you're dangling, swaying, swinging, bobbing. Can you feel your breath? Nice work, friends. Next time you inhale, come to a halfway lift position. So stick your butt out behind you and reach the top of your head forward. Exhale, bow and fold. Do that one more time, halfway lift. So crown reaches forward, tops of thighs press back, sit bones broaden. Exhale, fold and bow. Let's rise, come through your halfway lift and rise up, arms overhead as you inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Flow with your breath for just a moment. Inhale, high mountain. Hinge at your hips, lead with your heart, slow dive down, bend in the knees is super helpful. Halfway lift, breathe in. So how much length can you create in your spine and your side bodies? Exhale, fold. Press into your feet, lead with your heart, rise back up, arms overhead. Maybe you even gaze up, inhale. Nice, CC. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's add on a little bit. Inhale, high mountain. Side body stretch of your choice over to your right. So maybe you grab left wrist, maybe you bring right hand to hip. You do you. Inhale through center, realign. Exhale, other side. Think of a crescent moon shape with your body. Reach. Inhale, center. Exhale, little baby back bend, cactus your arms. Squeeze the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. Puff up your heart. Re-extend, realign. Now listen, exhale, chair pose. So sit back, weight in your heels. Good job, you guys. So as you sit back, weight is in your heels. See if you can pick up your toes and spread them apart. Yes. Bring your feet hips width distance apart if they're not already. And we're going to add a twist here. Take one more inhale in your chair. As you exhale, left hand comes down in between your feet to a block or to the ground, right arm to the sky. If that feels like too much, sometimes I like to bring my left forearm across my thighs, reach my right arm up from there. So make it work for your body. Both of your knees are nice and even with one another. Both of your hips are reaching back. Spine is long. Nice, Andrea. Twist from your center. Take one, maybe two more breaths, working your twist. Sit a little bit lower, twist a little bit further. Bottom of your exhale, let it go. Unwind, forward fold. Nice work, friends. Take a halfway lift and realign your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your yoga mat, plank position, pause in plank pose, and we're gonna go right into a side plank. Right hand is your foundation. Roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot. Feet can be stacked or staggered, or absolutely you can bring your right knee down if you feel like modifying. If your bottom knee is not on the ground, lift your hips really, really high. Nice, Edith. Maybe reach your left arm forward, so feel the length in your left side. Awesome, Chris. Maybe float your left leg up. And as your left leg floats up, lift your hips even higher. Can you take one more big, huge, full body breath? Plank or modified, slowly with control. Inhale at the top of your push-up, push the ground away. And we'll lower ever so slowly for 3, 2, 1, down to your belly. Good job, friends. Come to a Spider-Man Cobra. So hands out nice and wide, up on your fingertips, elbows face the sky. Lift your heart. Your hands should not be on your mat. They should be on the hardwood floor. Exhale, twist to your right. Dip your left shoulder down, gaze over right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Tone your belly. Navel to spine. Protect low back as you lift. Exhale, other side. Good job. Inhale back through center. Take one more each way with your own breath at your own pace. Feel your shoulders. Feel your front body, back body, side bodies, lower body. Nice work. Eventually that inhale will bring you back to center. You can hold as long as you want. However you want to get there. Hands and knees, tabletop, all fours. So spread your fingers and push into the ground. So already you should be feeling your shoulders, your strong arms, and even your pectoral muscles, your chest muscles starting to fire. Draw your belly button in and up so it feels like there's a brace around your middle. See if you can keep all of that. Take your right arm forward and your left leg back, spinal balance. So right arm, left leg. Try not to let your belly drop. Feel that brace around your center, holding and supporting you. Nice, Cam. Take one more inhale here as you reach. And then exhale, elbow to knee like you're moving through honey, round, hollow out, empty out. Inhale, re-extend, long, strong, powerful line of energy. Exhale, elbow to knee. Yes, beautiful. Inhale, reach. Lengthen, last time, elbow to knee, all the way to empty. Nice, Maddie. Inhale, re-extend. Now listen, as you exhale, bring your right hand to your right hip and put your fingers in the crease of your hip. Literally try to push your right hip towards the back of the room and see if you can feel your upper body start to twist towards the right side of the room. Eventually reach your right arm up. See if you can gaze up at your right fingertips. Twist from your center. Keep your back leg strong and squeeze through your inner thighs. I know it feels awkward. Feel everything there is to feel and breathe into it. Soften around it. Twist, twist, twist. Last round. Awesome job. Bottom of your next exhale. Let that go. Unwind. Take it back to downward facing dog. And from your down dog, walk your feet out to the width of your yoga mat. So feet nice and wide. Take your right hand back to grab the outside of your left ankle. Right hand outside of left ankle. So you're gazing underneath your left armpit. If this feels like way too much and you feel like you're going to slide, can't hold this, maybe instead you take thread the needle with your right arm threading through. So totally up to you. If you are in the down dog variation, lift your hips high. So feel that invisible rope holding up on your belly button. If you're in the down dog variation and you feel like you want an extra challenge, you want to get crazy, see if you can pick up your right foot and reach it to the sky. It's super hard, right? Feels like your right foot is glued to the ground. Take one or two more breaths wherever you are at. And then we'll meet back just in a regular downward facing dog. So you can start to readjust. Take a moment, maybe walk out your dog. Great big inhale, push the ground away. Exhale, gaze to the top of your mat, step or float, forward fold. Once you have arrived, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow and fold. Rise all the way up, big full body stretch, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. All right, inhale, arms to the sky. Pause right here. Interlace your fingers and steeple your index fingers. So try to press your palms together and squeeze your biceps next to your ears. Imagine you've got an invisible yoga block in between your inner thighs and you're squeezing it. Start to shift your hips to the left. Take your upper body to the right. Notice if your left shoulder came forward, pull it back and down. Yes, nice, Kate. More weight in your left foot, especially press into the inner edge of your left foot. If you want, you could even reach your right tiptoes out to the right. Keep them light. Yes, beautiful. One more round. Fullest expression in your own body. Back to center with your inhale. Realign, re-lengthen, arms nice and long. Other side like a crescent moon. So hips shift to the right as your upper body goes left. If you try to create this pose just with your upper body, super limited in your range of motion. So start it from lower and then work it into upper. Yes, breathe into your right waistline. Breathe into the space between your right ribs. One more huge full body breath. Nice work. Back to center. And this time, release your clasp, hands behind your back, interlace. Roll your shoulders back and down. Shoulder blades squeeze your spine. See if you can reach your hands back and maybe even create a little back bend. So puff up your heart, gaze up. Hug in with your inner thighs as you press your hips forward. Take one more big, huge inhale. As you exhale, slowly keep your clasp, dive down, forward fold. So hang out in your fold with your fingers interlaced for about 2 or 3 rounds. See if you can let your neck relax. Let your head be heavy. Maybe give your head a little shake or a little nod. Nice, Lauren. Lift your sit bones and lift your knuckles. Breathe. One more huge inhale. Exhale, hands to low back first, then release your clasp. Let your arms hang, let them dangle. Shake it out. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Now listen, chair pose. So weight in your heels, bend your knees, sit your butt back, and then lift your heart. If it feels better to stand up straight and then sit back, totally fine. Bring your feet hips width distance apart if they're not already. Nice, Kirsten. So all of your toes face forward. See if you can pick them up, spread them. Nice, Anya. One more inhale into your chair, sit a little lower. And as you exhale, twist. Right hand comes down in between your feet, left arm to the sky. You could also use a block under your right hand. You could also place your right forearm across your thighs. So you find what works best for you in your body today, and then be there and work the pose with your awareness, with your big, spacious breath. Beautiful. Couple more. Knees are nice and even. Sit bones reach back. Your spine is long. All the way to empty. Work your twist. And then let it go. Forward fold. Beautiful work. Halfway lift. Realign. Inhale. Exhale. Plant your hands, feet back. Plank position. Top of your push-up. Pause here. Left hand is your foundation. Roll onto the baby toe edge of left foot. Right arm to the sky. You could absolutely bring your left knee down if you feel like modifying. So Vashisthasana, side plank. Awesome. Reach. See if you can lift your hips really high and maybe take your right arm forward. So feel the length of your right side. Beautiful. Maybe float your right leg up. Beautiful breath. Take one more round, fullest expression. Nice, Edie. And then come back, plank or modified plank. Inhale at the top of your push-up, push the ground away. Slowly lower for 3, strong straight line, 2, 1. Let's take a Sphinx pose this time. So bring your forearms to the ground, elbows under your shoulders, forearms parallel. And then a lot of times in Sphinx pose, people just kind of let go through their belly and it hurts their low back. So draw your belly button in and up and feel your low back lengthen. Your tailbone reaches towards your heels. Yes, good. With your forearms, it's like you're pushing down and pulling back. You can stay in a regular Sphinx, or this is a variation from Forest Yoga. Walk your hands forward, so your elbows are now in front of your shoulders. Push down with your hands, pull back, and see if you can start to lift your elbows up just a little bit and squeeze them in towards each other. Reach your tailbone down towards your heels, and it might even feel nice to tuck your chin towards your chest and stretch the back of your neck. Press down with your hands, pull back and hug your elbows in. Take one more big inhale. As you exhale, elbows reach out to both sides, traction out your spine as you lower. Find your way up to hands and knees. If it feels good, maybe a quick child's pose. So tabletop position, spread your fingers nice and wide. Push actively into the ground. Notice if your tendency is to gaze forward, try to gaze down, feel the length in the back of your neck. Left arm forward, right leg back this time, spinal balance. Very nice. So left arm, right leg. Notice if it feels like your belly's dropping down, draw your belly button in and up. So it's a little adjustment, but it makes the biggest difference. It's your transverse abdominis. It's the protection around your middle. And one more inhale here. As you exhale, slow motion, elbow to knee. Beautiful. Inhale, re-extend like you're moving through molasses. Long, strong, powerful. Exhale, elbow to knee, slowly with control, all the way to emptiness. Inhale, reach. Good. Last one, elbow to knee. Round your spine, hollow out your belly, push the ground away. Inhale, re-extend. And then as you exhale, left hand to the crease in your left hip. Push, literally take your hand and try to push your hip back. Feel your inner thighs squeeze and your upper body twist to the left towards the windows. See if you can continue to work that twist with your core strength and then reach your left arm to the sky. Might feel a little awkward. See if you can be with it. Breathe into it. Open through the left side of your heart. Good. Back leg strong behind you. Squeeze your inner thighs and twist, twist, twist. Last round. Let it go. Very nice. Downward facing dog. Once you're back in your down dog, let's bring our feet out wide once again. And take your left hand to grab the outside of your right ankle. The left hand outside of right ankle. Push down with your right palm and keep your right shoulder really strong. Gaze under your right armpit. If it feels like too much, thread the needle is your modification. Good. And if you're feeling crazy, you want to challenge, see if possibly you can start to lift your left foot and take your left leg to the sky. Find your strong center. Find your strong breath. Nice, Liz. Awesome, you guys. 1 or 2 more rounds and then just regular down dog. Make any adjustments needed. Awesome, Anya. Walk it out. Maybe a big open mouth sigh. Maybe, yeah, laugh it out. One more inhale into your down dog. Exhale, look to the top of your space, however you want to get there. Forward fold. Once you have arrived, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, bow, let it go. Let's roll up super slowly. So let your arms and your head hang as you roll. Very, very last thing to lift is your head. Once your head stacks, take some rolls with your shoulders. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down a few times. All right. Go ahead, roll your shoulders back and down and just open your eyes, gaze up here. I'm going to demonstrate where we're going. I'll show you once and then we'll do it together. So we'll be in a chair pose with our hands on our thighs. I like to wrap my fingers in. We'll inhale, stick our butt out and lift our heart like a standing cow. As we exhale, we'll exhale really strong through our teeth like this. Draw navel to spine, and you can either hold in emptiness for as long as you can, or as you hold empty, you can take little pulses like a belly dancer, so like this. And then when you need your inhale, let the belly go. We'll do 3 rounds. So go ahead, bend your knees, maybe widen your feet, hands to your thighs. Yeah. Next time you breathe in, stick your butt out, lift your heart. Strong exhale through your teeth, round your spine. All the way to empty, all the way to empty, become empty, hold empty, hold empty. If you want, you can pulse fast or slow. When you need your inhale, let the belly go and take it. Go on your own time, at your own pace. 3 rounds. It's called Uddiyana Bandha, our core lock, or Agni Sara, that movement of your belly. Really feel your abdominals. 3 rounds. After you have taken 3 rounds, inhale back to standing cow and exhale into a forward fold. No hurry. Yeah, very nice. Once you're in a forward fold, friends, come back to Ujjayi breath. Feel the residue of even just that simple breath practice. Just 3 really intentional breaths. Do you feel more connected to your center, perhaps? Do you feel more energy there? Next time you inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, vinyasa, however you'd like this time, or go straight back to down dog. So see you in downward facing dog. All right, Ujjayi breath. Inhale your right leg to the sky. And without moving your hands or your shoulders, see if you can peel your right hip open. So bend your knee, nice Lauren, and peel it open. So it's like your right hip is a hinge on a door. Your right leg is the door. It just swings open. Squeeze your outer right glute. It's called your medial glute. It's really hard for us to engage for some reason. Take one more inhale. You can stay here if you want, or exhale, right knee, left elbow. Get as close as you can. Push the ground away. Inhale, back up, 3-legged dog. Maybe try opening your hips. So learn to articulate through your right hip joint. Exhale, right to right. Aim for your shoulder. Aim for your armpit. Inhale, back up. Now this time, everybody knee to your nose. Scoop out your belly. Step forward as soft as you can. Low lunge. Rise up, crescent lunge. Beautiful. So energetically hug towards midline. So rather than going as deep as you possibly can, find stability by hugging in. Front hip energetically pulls back. Back hip energetically pulls forward. Tone your belly, navel to spine connection, like you have that brace around your middle. And then heart lifts, maybe your gaze lifts. Beautiful. Take one more big inhale here. As you exhale, hinge forward, bring your hands to your front thigh. Draw your belly button back towards your spine, almost like your low back is puffing up a little bit. Root into your front foot, lean forward, float your back foot off the ground. So you're in a warrior 3 variation. Stay here if you want, or take your right arm forward. So right arm forward, left leg back. Take an inhale, stay here, or exhale, elbow to knee, curl in, round your spine. Inhale, re-extend, lengthen. Exhale 2 more times, elbow to knee, feel your strong core. Use your breath, inhale, reach. Beautiful, last one, exhale, elbow to knee. This time, as you inhale, maybe both arms reach forward, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, low lunge. So step your left toes to the back of your mat. Bring your hands to frame your front foot. Bring your back knee down gently. If you need extra cushion, you can double up the side of your mat. We're going for half splits, half Hanumanasana. So you might bring your hips back to your left heel with your left toes tucked under like a half screaming toe pose. Or you might keep your hips over your back knee. Walk your front foot forward a bit. Flex your right toes back and active and press down through the back of your right heel. Rather than trying to push your heel forward, energetically try to drag your right heel back and stick your right butt cheek out behind you. As you stick your right butt cheek out behind you, your heart reaches forward. Yes, beautiful. Breathe. Soften with each exhale. Nice work, friend. Take about 2-3 more breaths. And bottom of your next exhalation, come forward again. So find a low lunge. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Keep your left hand on the ground, right arm to the sky, revolve lunge. Left hand could also come to a block if you'd like. This is just a variation. You do not have to take it. Option to walk your left fingertips off the left edge of your mat. Maybe you take a block with you and then reach your right hand back behind you and see if you can let your heart look up. Keep your legs strong. Keep breathing big and spacious. Beautiful work. One last full body breath. And let it go. Walk your hands over to the left long edge of your mat. Parallel your feet. Straighten out your legs. Wide-legged straddle. Wide-legged forward fold. So inhale, halfway lift. Maybe you take a moment here. Whenever you're ready, you could either work your fold, or if there's any other way you want to play and explore, go for it. You've got about 5 rounds. Job, friends. Notice if your mind has gone elsewhere. And if so, no big deal, but just come back. Remind yourself, hey, we're just right here in this space, feeling our body, connecting to our breath. Open mouth sigh if you'd like. Last round. Halfway lift, fingertips on the ground. So bend your knees if you need to. Walk your hands to the top of your space. Rotate your toes to face forward. So back to low lunge. Now listen, from low lunge, walk your hands forward and float your back leg up. So not standing splits, but like a warrior 3 with your fingertips on the ground or your hands on a block or blocks. Square hips is what we're going for. Keep your left hand down. Bring your right hand to the crease of your right hip. Stick your fingers in the crease and literally push your right hip towards the back of the room. Squeeze your inner thighs and feel your body twist to the right. Keep working that twist with your core. See if you can reach your right arm up. You are in revolved half moon. Nice, Cece. Open through the right side of your heart. Back leg strong, back foot active. Twist, twist, twist. Take one last round. This is so uncomfortable. Can you be with discomfort for one huge breath? Very nice. Forward fold. Let it all go. Give your right leg a little shaky shake. Yes, nice work. Walk your feet out to the width of your yoga mat. Bring your toes out wider than your heels. Low squat malasana. So if you can't keep your heels on the ground, then try bringing your feet out a little wider. And if you need to lift your heels, that's fine. Elbows at your inner knees or inner thighs. Hands either to prayer, or I like to make 2 fists and press my fists together. You can stay, breathe, hold here, or see if you can create cat-cows with your spine and your pelvis. See how it feels. So inhale, spinal extension, and exhale, round spinal flexion. You might notice how you roll onto the inner edges of your feet as you curl in. You might notice what feels really good and natural in your body and what feels really uncomfortable, really stiff. Just exploring without judgment, but curiosity. Take 2 or 3 more rounds of breath in your low squat. Breathe all the way down into your hips, all the way down into your pelvic bowl. Soften your face. Nice job, everybody. All right, bottom of your next exhale, fingertips to the ground, hips to the sky. Heel toe your feet in however you prefer them, so big toes can touch, or hips with distance. All 10 toes face forward now. Halfway lift position. Inhale, realign. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, vinyasa your way, no hurry. So maybe you substitute cat-cows, maybe you take it on your knees, maybe you just want to child's pose it out for a few breaths. Nice, Rachel. See you back in downward facing dog. Ujjayi. So feel it, hear it. Notice, how does your right leg feel versus left leg? Right side versus left side. And again, not judging, not trying to fix anything, just noticing. Next time you breathe in, left leg to the sky. Try not to move in your shoulders or your hands as you peel your hip open. Awesome, Cam. So bend your knee and feel your left medial glute. It's your outer left glute. It's hard for us to engage. See if you can feel it squeeze. Lift your knee a little higher. Open that hip a little more. Beautiful work. Take one more inhale. Stay if you want, or exhale, left knee, right elbow. Use your strong obliques. Inhale, back up, extend, open your hip if you want to left, aim for your armpit, aim as high as you can. Yes, beautiful. Inhale, back up, last one. Knee to your nose, scoop out your belly, round your spine, and then step forward softly, low lunge. Take your time to rise up into your crescent lunge. Thanks, Lauren. So hips square, legs are your strong foundation. So you're not just sinking into your legs, you're building your structure from your legs. Front hip pulls back, back hip draws forward, and then your expression through your upper body. Feel into it, breathe into it. Do you want to spread your fingers really wide, energized? Or maybe today you feel like you want to soften. So I don't care what you're doing as long as it's intentional. You're doing it on purpose and you're feeling it. Take one more inhale, crescent lunge. Beautiful. Exhale, hands to your front thigh. Draw your belly button in and up. Yes, I love this song. This is an old playlist. Draw your belly button in and up. Feel your core. And then lean forward and float your back foot off the ground. So like warrior 3 with your hands on your front thigh. Try to feel your strong core like that braces around your middle. Stay here or take your left arm forward. So left arm forward, right leg back. Yes, beautiful. Active through your back foot. Stay here. One more inhale here. Exhale, elbow to knee. Use your core. Use your breath. Inhale, re-extend. Thanks, Chris. Exhale, elbow to knee like you're moving through honey. Awesome, Edie. Inhale, lengthen. Amazing, you guys. Let yourself wobble and shake. It's okay. Exhale, elbow to knee last time. Inhale, re-extend. Maybe both arms forward, full warrior 3. And then low lunge. So step your right toes back, hands down. Bring your back knee down. Half splits, half Hanumanasana. So straighten your front leg and you choose. Hips can come to your back heel with your back toes curled under like half screaming toe pose. Or maybe your hips stay over your back knee. Flex your left toes. And rather than trying to push your heel forward, do the opposite. Press down through your heel and try to pull it back. Stick your left butt cheek out. And as your left butt cheek sticks out, your heart reaches further forward. Good. Beautiful awareness. Flexion through your toes, dorsal flexion. Even your little baby pinky toe flexes back. Last 2-3 rounds. I'm bound to thank you for it. All right, my friends, as you're ready, come back to low lunge position. Then from low lunge position, walk your hand, or excuse me, lift your back knee. Right hand will stay down, left arm to the sky, revolve lunge. Yeah, so maybe this is right where you stay. Perfect. Stay as you are. Breathe here. If you want to take that variation, walk your right hand off the right edge of your mat. Reach your left hand behind you. See if you can let your heart turn to look up towards the sky. Beautiful, Kate. Keep your legs strong. Keep your breath flowing freely, fluidly. Last round. And let it go. Wide-legged straddle. Walk your hands over to the right long edge of your yoga mat. Parallel your feet, straighten your legs. Lift halfway on an inhale. Stay as long as you'd like. Either exhale to fold or anywhere else you'd like to explore. It does not have to be what you did on the other side. Can be if you want it to be. So it's all you. See if you can ask your body, what do you want? What do you need right now? Ah, big, spacious breaths. Soft forehead, soft jaw. Nice, Edith. If you're working somewhere, start to wrap it up in your next couple of rounds. Halfway lift, inhale. So fingertips on the ground, bend your knees as needed, and then walk your hands to the top of your space, low lunge. From low lunge, walk your hands forward like you're in a warrior 3 with your fingertips on the ground or your hands on a block or blocks. So not standing splits. I want you to think of a halfway lift in your spine, nice and parallel to the ground. And then your back leg nice and parallel to the ground, hips square. Bring your left hand to the crease in your left hip. Literally stick your fingers in that crease and push your left hip back. Automatically, as you push your left hip back, you should feel your upper body twist to the left. Even more. Yeah, there you go, right there. And once you feel that twist, see if you can work it with your strong core. Squeeze your inner thighs, maybe reach your left arm up. Open through the left side of your heart. This pose, if you're like me, I hate it. It's so uncomfortable. See if you can be with it. Just a couple more rounds. Amazing work. Yay, good job, you guys. Let it go forward, full top of your mat. Woo. Shake it out. Walk your feet out nice and wide, toes wider than heels once again. Low squat malasana. So you can hang out right here. This is your pose. Or if you want to, invitation to add a twist. So left arm out, right arm up. And if the bind or half bind is where you want to go, if that's in your practice, feel free. Press your left arm into your leg back into your arm, and use it to open more through the right side of your heart. One more deep breath. And then let it go. Switch sides. So right arm out, left arm up. Yeah, half or full bind if you want it. Try to keep your heels on the ground. Pick up your toes, spread them. Beautiful work, my friends. Last couple breaths. All right, release. Fingertips to the ground, hips to the sky. Heel toe your feet in. So hips with distance or big toes touch, whatever you prefer. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's rise one last time, all the way to stand. Stretch your arms overhead. And exhale, hands to your heart. Flowing with breath, high mountain, inhale. Side body stretch of your choice. You could interlace, you could bring your hand to your hip. Exhale all the way to emptiness. Inhale through center, other side. Exhale, up and then over. Inhale, center. And little baby back bend, make it come from mid and upper back. So bottom tips of shoulder blades squeeze. Inhale, re-extend. Feel neutral. Exhale, stick your butt out and dive down. Forward fold. Beautiful, friends. Lift halfway. Inhale, lots of length. Right. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, vinyasa, however you want to. And this time, everyone end up in child's pose. And just feel the ground underneath you. Feel all the energy inside of you. Rise up to a kneeling position, hero's pose. And if this bothers your knees and you need to take a different seated position, please feel free. So we're going to take a couple breath exercises. One comes from Kundalini Yoga, this first one. So you'll bring your arms out and then bend your elbows, fingertips to your shoulders. So elbows aren't falling down towards the ground, but they're pointing straight out. And all you're going to do, you'll inhale, go left, exhale, go right. And it's like you're sniffing strongly through your nose. So I'll start. You can join me whenever you're ready. It looks like this. Make it come from your center, right at your waistline. Your upper body moves together, your head moves with your shoulders. Strong inhale, strong exhale through your nose. And it's not ujjayi, you hear the sniff coming through your nostrils. Keep it going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Inhale, reach your arms up, interlace your fingers, steeple index, hold, 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 mula bandha, root lock, squeeze, hold, let all that breath circulate around. Hold, 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 squeeze, 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 get taller. Open your mouth, let it all go, let your arms fall down. Take a moment and just soak in the residue. Feel whatever there is to feel. Feel yourself as an energetic being. Blink your eyes to open. And if you need to adjust your seat at all, feel free. This next one is called bellows breath. It's a pranayama exercise. So you're going to bring your hands to fists next to your shoulders. They don't have to be really firm, hard fists. They can be nice and loose. And all you're going to do, it will be through your mouth this time. You'll inhale, reach up, open your fist or open your hands wide, and then as you exhale, you'll pull down. So I'll start. Join me when you're ready. Ah, 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 that's it. Exhale out your mouth, maybe even stick out your tongue if you'd like. Keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach your arms up, interlace, steeple index, as big as you can get with your breath. Hold mula bandha, root lock, hold, hold, hold. Let it circulate around, all that energy. All that energy. Hold, 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 and let it all go. Take a moment in stillness and just soak it in. Whatever there is to feel. And start to bring your ujjayi breath back in. Slow, steady. And eventually start to find your way back to downward facing dog. As you move back into your dog pose, just feel your body. If you want to move through a vinyasa, just kind of resetting, go for it. All right, inhale, take your right leg to the sky. Open your right hip. And we are heading to pigeon eventually. So if you know that you just want to go straight to pigeon, you can go there. But otherwise, invitation to flip your dog. So flip your dog. Right foot comes down behind you. Right arm reaches forward. Yes, beautiful. Those of you in the back, bend. Breathe all the way down into your belly and feel your abdominal wall stretching and opening. One more big, huge in-breath. Now come back, three-legged dog. You can set your right foot down if you need to, then re-extend. As you are ready, everybody right shin to the top of your space, pigeon pose. And if you'd rather take this in a seat or on your back, of course, you are welcome to. Thanks, Kate. So take your time, set yourself up with structure. The structure, the strength, is what we call the integrity of the pose. So if the pose has no integrity, you're just kind of plopping into it, it's actually not doing a lot of good for your body. You're just kind of exploiting the hypermobility of your joints. So first find the structure, find the integrity, and then soften around it breath by breath. I'll come around with a little spritz, a little essential oil spritz. If you don't want it on you or near you, give me a raise of your hand in the air real quick. All right, thank you, friends. Good job. Take about 4 or 5 more breaths. If you feel overwhelmed by sensation or anything, even emotion, give it somewhere to go. So big open mouth exhale can be so valuable, so helpful. Sigh it out your mouth. Last great big breath. Feel free, that big sigh of relief. Start a transition up to a 3-legged tabletop. So you'll lift your upper body, plant your hands, tuck your back toes and kind of scoot your back knee forward, then unthread your right leg, give it a nice little shake out. After a few shakes, just extend your right leg straight back. Reach your left arm straight forward. You can stay here if you want, keep it nice and neutral, or reach your left arm back, bend your right knee, see if you can grab your right foot. Once you've got it, gentle leverage, kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot as you hug in with your inner thighs. Try to spread through your toes as you hold your foot in your hand. Breathe down into your low belly last round. Back to spinal balance, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, lower down, however you want to find your way to down dog. So maybe you take a moment, child's pose, vinyasa. Inhale your left leg to the sky and open up your left hip. If you know you're headed straight to pigeon, you can go there. Otherwise, invitation to flip your dog on this side. Left foot comes down behind. Beautiful, nice reach. Left arm forward. Your heart wants to look at this front wall. See if you can let it. Beautiful. Last big deep breath, those of you in the back bend. And then come back, downward facing dog. Left leg extends. As you're ready, pigeon pose. Left shin to the top of your space. Set your body down. And just use your breath to settle. Notice if there's anywhere that you tense up or tighten up that you don't need to. Sometimes for me, I notice I'm clenching my jaw or even making fists with my hands. Sometimes I get curious about what it would feel like if I could soften through my heart space. Sometimes softening doesn't have to be a physical change. It might just be energetic. It's a felt sense. Give yourself about 4 or 5 more breaths on this side. Open your mouth at any time and sigh it out. And I will leave it up to you. So I'm going to guesstimate last couple of rounds, but if you want to stay longer, please feel free. Maybe a big open mouth sigh for your last big breath here. Three-legged tabletop is where we're headed. You can start working towards your three-legged tabletop as you are ready. Plant your hands, scoot your back knee forward, and unthread your left leg. Give it a nice little shaky shake. You might even take a few circles with your left knee. Eventually, extend your left leg straight back with square hips. And take your right arm straight forward, spinal balance. You can stay here if you want to, or work into your half bow. Right arm reaches back, left knee bends. You can get hold of your foot or your ankle. Gentle leverage. Hug in with your inner thighs to stay out of your low back. Use your mid and upper back mobility to lift your heart. Breathe down into your belly. Soften around the pose. Last big deep breath. Thanks, Andrea. Slow release. Spinal balance. Inhale. Exhale. Let it go. One last down dog if you want it. One last vinyasa if you want it. Or one last child's pose if you'd like. Wherever you choose to be, just feel everything there is to feel. Feel the space inside of you. Feel the ground underneath you. The energy that flows through you every moment of every day. And however you'd like to get there in your next few breaths, everybody find your way onto your back. Go all the way down. You can face whichever direction you want to face. And just like at the very beginning of our practice, hug your knees in, gently rock side to side. And then as you're ready, this time, let your knees fall over to the right and just rest there. If you want to cross your legs or extend one leg or take any other variation of this twist, please feel free. Left arm can either extend out to the left or goalpost your left arm against the ground. Gaze up or over your left shoulder and send your breath all the way down. Even though you can tell class is winding down, see if you can stay present, stay here just a little longer. Every exhale, the ground takes more of your weight. And then in your next couple of breaths, find your way to the other side. So come through center and give yourself a moment to kind of neutralize your spine, your pelvis. Eventually, legs go to the left. When you feel pretty even on both sides, come back to center and find a happy baby pose. And from happy baby, you can play a little bit. You can rock side to side. You can extend one, both legs. From happy baby, if there's anywhere else you want to go, maybe one final inversion, one final hip opener, heart opener. Maybe you just want to squeeze your knees in, give yourself one last hug. Anything that will complete your practice for you, move through that, and then start to find your way into your final relaxation. As you move towards your final resting pose, I will read to you. This is a quote by Jeff Brown from his book called Soul Shaping. The primary cause of our unhappiness is not our thoughts. It is our undigested emotional material. Forget the monkey mind. Shifting out of unhappiness is not a cerebral process. That's just another ineffective Band-Aid. It is a felt experience. It's the monkey heart that's the issue. The state of inner tumult and chaos that emanates from an unclear heart. Flooded with unresolved emotions and unexpressed truths, the monkey heart jumps from treetop to treetop, emoting without grounding, dancing in its confusion. Often misinterpreted as a monkey mind, the monkey heart is reflected in unsettled, repetitive thinking. To calm and clarify it, one may benefit from heartfulness practices, emotional release, armor busters, depth charges, heart openers. If you want to change your thinking, heal your heart. That's the best meditation. So as I play my sound tools, the percussion tools, the bowls, the gong, they are meant to confuse your mind so much so that it gives up and it just lets you feel into your body and feel into your heart. So at first it might give you anxiety, or it might create resistance within you. See if you can be with the sounds, the frequencies, the vibrations, just like you are with pigeon pose or any other uncomfortable yoga pose. Just big, deep breaths, maybe open mouth sighs if needed, and allow your body to soften. Whatever is there, just let it flow through. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. And start to wiggle slowly through your physical body. Start to come back into this physical space. Maybe blink your eyes open. Sometimes I think it feels really nice to rub my hands together and just place them on top of my eyes for a moment. Yeah, and then when you're ready, just roll to either side. Fetal position. And take a moment, resting on your side body, really letting the energy of your practice and that sound bath soak in. Use your arms to guide yourself up into seated meditation. So just facing towards the front of our space one last time. With your hands at your heart center. So prayer hands are one palm stacked on top of the other. An invitation to close our practice together with one big collective Om. So try not to worry too much about how your voice sounds, but focus more on how it feels to let the sound inside of you, your own vibration, move through you and express out your mouth. So start by exhaling, clear your throat if you need to, and breathe in your voice. Thank you all so much for being here and letting me guide you. Namaste. Thank you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Have a great rest of your Thursday. One other thing that's happening this weekend at the studio is Friday night. There's a kirtan, which I love. I think it's so fun. So it's really just singing basically, but it's mantra, mantra recitation, call and response style. So the musician says the mantra and you recite it back. Doesn't even matter if you know it or if you say the right words. It's more just about the sound and the expression and like the energy gets really, it's awesome. I think it's really fun. So I'll be here at that. Come if you can. And if you have kids, kids are allowed at that just as long as if they get too rowdy, you're willing to take them outside and make sure they're not like taken away from the thing, but kids come, so. You're welcome. Was your friend, were you the one that said your friend was coming?
She wasn't in her phone died and she got lost, so
You're
I'll
like,
bring her
bye.
next. I know.
That's okay. See ya. Love you. I love you. Thanks for coming. I love when you're here. You're so welcome. Glad you could make it. You're so welcome. Good to have you, Lauren. You're so welcome. Tell me your name one more time. Devin, that's right. I was trying to think of it. Thanks, Rach. Bye. Bye.